Hi everyone, this is going to be a live stream of creating a brochure in InDesign. Just testing this out. I've never done this before, so please be kind. Let's go ahead and open up a new document. That's the first thing you'll need, of course, right? The second thing you'll need to do is make sure that your settings are so that you can have a brochure from the get-go. We're going to do a tri-fold brochure. So what I'm going to do is click on print, click on letter, and then I'll start changing my presets. Let me go ahead and write my name and what it is. Great. I want it to be in inches. That's fine. I want to change the orientation to landscape so everything folds nice and neatly. I don't want facing pages because I'm going to create this brochure to be one page, and then the next page will be on the back, of course, right? And underneath columns, that's where you're going to get your trifold. 1, 2, 3. I want to make sure that I have 3 different columns and margins. So for the margin, I'm actually going to make that a little bit smaller so it has a, let's just say a certain kind of size to it. Let me just go ahead and see what 0.25 looks like. So 0.25, and then I'm going to actually hit this link that's actually going to make all the settings the same all the way around. And I'm going to hit create. All right, so now I have the basic makings of my brochure. If I zoom out a little bit, you'll see I have one page. If I need another page, I'll go to pages and then add another page. Now, the cool part is when you're making a brochure, and this is how I like to design it at least, I like to have the top be my cover page or the outside of the brochure, and the inside will be the one that I'll have below. So the way it will open, it'll be 1, 2, 3. So it'll be the first page with maybe the title on the far right, and then it'll move to the back of the brochure, like the actual backpack of the brochure, as the middle, and then on the far left, that will be the inside cover. So when you fold it, that side will flop inside. Now below, I'll go ahead and have my information that I'll have on the opposite side. I'm going to go ahead and build this kind of on the fly. I have some pictures that I've already pre-selected. Lucky me. I'm going to go to File, Place, and then let's see what I got in here. Shanghai pictures, and let's see what I got. This is going to be a kind of a little bit of a Shanghai tourism type of thing. So I just have a few pictures that I can use. I want to make sure that I have a nice scenic landscape, and it's also going to be big enough to use for my final project. So let's see. I think for the skyline, I want to go ahead and use maybe the Shanghai skyline here. Ooh, I don't know which one to use. Let's go for this big, vast blue one. I'm going to hit open, and then I'm going to pull it all the way across the top of my page. Okay. And let's go ahead and kind of resize that a little bit, because I want to make sure that each area of the brochure, the front, middle, and then the inside has some kind of interesting focal point. So maybe I'll actually move things over like this. So this skyline here, I can go ahead and put some text in. The middle area has a nice big area for text as well. And the main thing is I've chosen these images so they can support a large amount of text without a bunch of editing. I'm going to hit return. Okay, or click away. Okay, and let me go ahead and actually put the back together. And I think that what I'm going to do is make this a kind of a nightlife brochure, because I have the beginning of it to be nighttime, so why not? All right. I'm using my shortcuts, Command D. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. That might be a nice nighttime kind of photo to be used. Let's see. Might be a little too busy for the inside, but you never know. Let me go ahead and use maybe this building here. Well, it just doesn't seem to scream nightlife. Let's just go ahead and see what we can do with this photo. Okay. Drag it in. Oops. It's a little big. All right. Oh, this seems like even almost like a better cover. But I kind of like that docile look on the outside, and then the inside is going to be kind of like darker, I guess. Both have a lot of space for information. And what I'm going to do is actually use my rectangle tool here, and I'm going to open up my layers panel. Let me just make this a little bit larger. Okay. With my layers panel, I want to make sure that I am making sure that I keep track of my layers and what they're called and what they're for. So this is my background element layer. And what I want is us to go ahead and keep that together. So background, and I'm actually gonna lock that in place. It's gonna be applying that same background layer to both pages. So that will also be locked. Now I created a new layer, and I'm going to make this the layer for all my text. So I'll start planning where I want the text to go. I love using the rectangle frame tool for this. Looks like it's pretty pixely. So of course, let's just check our view settings. View, display performance. We want to make sure that we have a high quality display. Sharpen that picture up. Beautiful. And I'm just going to go ahead and lay down some rectangles where I would like to see some type. Now I'm going to just go ahead and copy this and then paste. Let me get my selection tool, line those babies up, pull it all the way back, do the same here. And I'm just planning where my text will be. I have just kind of a rough idea of how this is going to work. Let's see here. Gonna maybe put a text box here. Click V, bring that down. Bring this to be a little bit wider for text. Mind my edges. Making sure that nothing is touching. I'm not creating any tangents. Oh, let me get my rectangle tool here. Okay. And these are all the inside pages. And I'm hoping to use some kind of pictures, but I'm not quite sure what kind of pictures I want yet. I'm going to copy and paste this. Click V to get this back in shipshape. Okay, let's see how that goes. I'm thinking that I might stick a small picture here or here. I might bring this down. I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna, or I can bring it up. So there's some kind of up and down flow to this. And let me just go ahead and get another one of these text boxes here. And then another text box, maybe like that. And this water is not too bad of a type of distraction from the text. So it should be okay. We'll find out. I'm going to go ahead and label my layer number 2 to be text. All right. Opening up a new layer. I'm going to actually I'm going to keep this, okay. I'm going to plan this to be my pictures layer. And with this green, I'm going to go ahead and add some more rectangles, because we now know by now that we can use these rectangles for the rectangle frame tool as either text or images. Kind of plan ahead here. Maybe that might be too small. It's like to the point where I'm just like, geez, well, why even put it there? We'll find out. And maybe put something like this. Let's find out. Alrighty, I think I'm okay with this for now. Maybe add another. And I'm just messing around. Getting used to my tools. And I noticed that I'm avoiding this beautiful landmark here. I'm going to actually click away. So I'm going to click away from everything and then hit W. And take a look at the composition of this page. It's looking pretty good. Hit W again. And again, I have a focal point. Something in every frame it would be showing here. That looks nice. That also looks nice. And this would be blocked. But we're working on it. Now let's go ahead and add with my text tool, go back to my text layer and then start lining in some type. So let's see, the back of my brochure, you know what, actually, I'm gonna go back a step and I'm actually gonna lay in the pictures first, because I know that the pictures are going to give me an idea based off of what I've actually collected, what I want to talk about. This is something I know. A little pre-planned, not too badly. Okay, so blue funnel, I want to talk about that. That is going to be a great building, art center kind of thing. Let's see, ooh, food I want to talk about. The nation as a whole. This is a cool riverboat. Some shopping stuff. This is like a shopping district picture. And another shopping district, and a map. Okay, subway map. Let's start with laying in a subway map. I'm gonna hope that putting a subway map on the back page so people know where they're going is a good move. Depending on how big it is, let me just zoom in a little bit. Might have to make this a little bit wider. Holding shift. Making sure that's my middle. Okay, looking okay. This is middle compared to somebody else. There we go. That purple line is the middle in the page, where the green line is opposed to other things, like in the other boxes. Okay, so that's selected. Command D. Let's go to subway map, JPEG. All right. And I'm going to go to fitting, and let's try for a fit content to frame. That is too small for a subway map. So what I can do is leave it as is and make it super hard to read, and everyone's going to be sad. Or let me just zoom in. Normally I would have a map of the area. I don't have that. I would have to probably design a map that will fit in this box. Or if this is like going to be a particular shopping district map, I would put that there. But just for the sake of this project, I'm just going to throw this in. Get my direct selection tool and shift to hold that out. And we are going to just bring in like just a smidgen of the map, not the whole thing. As if I'm trying to navigate to a certain thing and I'm trying to illustrate, oh, like if you get off the train, you can go to these places, maybe. Trying to look and see what I like the best at that. Okay, we'll just let that be. Alrighty, so what's going to go down here? So I have, oh, I should put my title in. Let's go ahead and now text tool. Let's just say visit Shanghai. And since you can't see that worth a lick, let's go ahead and remember, paper color is not white. It's the color of the paper that you're printing on, but in this world, I'm going to print on white, so that's going to work out for me. And let's bring this to 30. Put that on a different line. All right, so this is still Minion Pro. Oops, it's a little large. Let me just go ahead and make this maybe 40. Okay. But I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I don't know if I want a subtitle or not. But it's looking pretty okay. And I think I might want to change the kerning a little bit in this if I keep the font. I may not want to keep the font. I might want to change certain things to it. Let's go ahead and, so this is the map. Let's go ahead and start labeling things. Map. Get that to be white as well. Paper. And, oh, I need to figure out what goes in here. All right, so let's start going back to the pictures. Get my little pointer. And actually, I'm going to not do this. Command D. Blue funnel. All right, where do I want this to end up? Well, this is not really. Maybe this is a good enough to support. Maybe this is a bit better. I'm going to go ahead and click on this. I'm going to hit fitting, fit content to frame. All right, that's a little squishy. So what we want to do is bring that out with our direct selection tool. Ooh, maybe this is not the correct ratio for this. Let's see. Oops, turning my picture. Maybe bring it in a little bit. Using my arrow keys. Okay, gonna hit W to see what that looks like. This area is bothersome right there where that building connects. So let me see if I can either cover it completely by bringing everything over. Let me just give it a little bit of wider selection of, there you go, just give it a little bit more, a little wider berth there. Let me just bring that up a little bit so it's nice and clean looking. Alrighty, I think that looks pretty funnily. Let's go ahead and exit out of that. All right, let's see what else we can put in here. Let's see if I can put, maybe I can put something like art. And then over here, I'll put something like, let me just see if I can get some more inspiration from my pictures here. Possibly, no, next out. Oh, shopping maybe I can use. Open, oops, there it goes. Do want to be here, but here, oh, that looks really busy. Maybe here. Okay, framed content, cut to frame. I'm not digging this design. Let me see if I can move things around a little bit. Maybe make this a little bit larger. Okay. Okay, it's a little bit better. I think that this is just simply too busy of a background. So let me see if I can switch this out. I'm going to go to my background layer. And let's see if I can file place. I think I need a little bit more breadth. So let's go for that. It's a little bit easier to work with. It looks like it pretty much hit the right formatting. Yeah, almost. See if I can bring that over a little bit. Okay, looking good. I wonder if I can bring it in a little bit more. It's W. And let's go ahead and, oops. Thing. Okay. The structure can go beyond the margins, but I just don't want, I want to use that sky for some of the pictures. And the text can be kind of like lined up in a certain way. Okay, let's just play around with this. So I did shopping, let's do food. Maybe widen this a little smidge. Okay. Fitting. Actually, let me just take a look at this. I want to make sure it's not super smushed. Let's go for direct selection. Bring that out. I actually don't like this picture, so let's go for replacing with another shopping district photo. Okay. Okay, so you can tell that I have not purchased that image. Let's go for probably, so shopping, got some crave, oh yes, and the nation. Feeling good. Okay. And actually, let's go ahead and widen this. I might have wanted to make them all the same size, so let's actually change that. I think I found the pictures that I want though. Just playing around. And I'm going to bring this down. Actually, no. I'm going to keep this the way it is. This the way it is. And then we'll put our pictures on the bottom. But I want to make sure that they're the same size. So we're going to use our rectangle. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. I can tell that already. Okay, and I'm gonna actually lift this up. I have this rectangle. Oops. Oh, it called it a square. It's true. Bring that into my pictures. Copy that. Oops, excuse me. Ooh, perfect. And right there. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and label these so I don't forget. Actually, I want nation to be here. Nation. maybe food, and then shopping. Pretty shallow material here. Okay, so with this information here, Command D, and actually let's go ahead, and since I know which ones I want my crayfish, I want the flag, and ooh, it didn't label these, so I think this is the shopping photo. Let me just double check. Yeah. Okay, open. So food, drop that in there. Nation, drop that in there, and shopping. Great. Okay, all three are selected. Maybe not. Let me just double check and lock my background. Select all three. And let's see. I wonder if they'll all fit together. Yes, they did. But now, of course, I need some tweaking because now that I've done that, I can see all the mistakes. And let's just go one by one and just bring this out. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure it's not squished. Whoop. Or stretched. All right. Yeah, that globe in the background looks like it's supposed to be that round. Let's check out what's going on with crayfish. Looking good. And all right. Okay. So for this assignment, what we're going to do is just fill things with text, placeholder text. So I'm going to get the type tool, fill placeholder text, do the same thing for all of the above. Go up here, do the same. Silly me. Okay. All right. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and see if we can tweak some things. I mean, like pretty much this is like a basic brochure. Congratulations, you've done it. But let's see if we can at least get some of the typing to be okay, like our fonts. Let's go for, I know, let's see. I'm gonna go for Arial, and that's just because I know it's on everyone's computer. You know, no shade against actual fonts that you can find. Please, if you can, I mean, that's great. You want to be fancy, go for it. But I'm just trying to show how to make a basic brochure. Nothing more. We're not doing extra designy things. And let's see what it looks like in bold. Do they have... Ooh, Arial does not have bold narrow. Ooh, okay, I really want... Oh, there's an Arial narrow. That's what I wanted. And I wanted that to be bold too. Great. This is all I ever wanted. Great. So, if I like this size and style of type, let me actually change some things. Actually, let's see. What does 24 look like? Okay. Fill in somewhere in between. Okay then. Perfect. Okay. let's go ahead and create a character style for this. So I just select my area, hit character style, boom, that's done. So now I can apply it to everything that I need, like that. Get my justification like that, that's good. I guess I could have done that probably a different way, so I don't have to do the justification, the center. There we go, and there we go. Cool. Okay, this is coming together. Zooming out, taking a look. All right, so can't see this worth a lick. Select all, let's make it white. Oh yeah, that's working. Oh yeah, that's also working. Very cute. And I think that this is fine. This is actually reading quite well, but I feel like I need to, first of all, this is kind of a lot of text. No one wants to read this. Let me just go ahead and separate some things. I'm not trying to actually proofread Latin. I'm just going to pretend like this is actually something. 18 spec. Let's go for 14. 18. It's like, it looks like very like primary school. So let's see if I can get in between there. Let's see if there's a 16 somewhere lurking about. Okay, that's a little bit better, and actually a lot of bit better. So this I can actually repurpose and use as a paragraph style. So let me go ahead and make one of those. And notice that there's a little bit of an error here. It looks like I have the plus sign of doom, where I just simply have too much stuff in my text box. Since we're not actually doing copy here, I'm just going to just delete some Latin. Paragraph style number 1. And just delete it so it actually stays in there. Cool. Looking good, looking good. I might need to revisit Shanghai. That font there. And now this is the same thing, but I need it to be black. So for this, let me just rename my paragraph style. Let's just go ahead and call this white. And then, oops, it's already applied it, silly. And I'm gonna go ahead and make this 16. It's already a Minion Pro, and I want it to be black. So then this becomes a new paragraph style, and this becomes paragraph style black. Okay. So let me just get rid of some of this text. Okay. Now this is a gaping hole, and I can't have that. So I can actually just bring this down here. There it is. Looking a little bit better. Okay, and then I'm just going to apply the paragraph style black, and I'm just going to copy a couple of lines so we fill in our space. Okay. So far so good, but I really want a shape in my document, and I need to revisit Shanghai. There's a few things I could do. For shape, let me go to my layers again. I want to go ahead and lock down my text, and then I want to lock down my pictures so I don't move them accidentally. And I'm going to make a new layer, and I'm going to call this the shape layer. So it's really essential that we have a nice layer system here, nice and clean. And I'm going to put my shape underneath my text layer, and I'm actually going to go to my color theme tool in the sidebar and see if I can grab some colors. So let's click on this one, and oops, I'm like, where's my color theme? Let me undo that. Let's try this again. There we go. And it pulled these. I don't know if I'm feeling all this. I mean, even the deep muted, the muted is actually an okay palette for me. I'm okay with it. But I want to see if I can actually create like a stripe that goes across the top. or maybe even a shape that can be a guiding point to maybe the front. Or I can have a nice shape here. So for instance, like, look at this. Like, I feel like I've covered up some of the artwork here. So I might actually go through and eliminate some pictures, or make something smaller. Might want to relocate something. Maybe I can double up on one of the other things. So I'm thinking. And let's check on what this would look like for the color theme. Oh, I kind of like these a little bit better. They're a little bit more fun. The muted I'm into, so I'm going to add that to my swatches. Okay. So, let's bring that. I don't know why it's still there, but it's like, go away. Okay, that's fine. So if that guy wants to hang out there, that's fine. Let's look and see. I wanted to make some shapes. So let's start with the rectangle tool and just very untactfully just slap down some kind of color, muted theme. Change the opacity a little bit. Okay, I'm going to take that same thing. Oops. Apply it down here. See if I can bring this all the way across. And then past. Click away, W. Take a look at it. Oh, I didn't know that there's a gray line or a line across these, but I'm kind of liking this. Kind of just using my eye to make sure that there's enough. And I'm gonna, instead of having a solid line, I'm gonna go ahead and hit 9. I don't want a line on these. No, I don't want a line. All right. Okay. Now I need to rethink this whole area here. I'm almost done with this. I had my little shape. If I want to, I can use the pen tool too and make my own shape. So maybe a little waggly thing that goes across, maybe. W. Okay. Now I'm going to play around with some of the things because I did not pre-plan this document, as you can tell. I'm gonna open up my text and my pictures layers and then just start dragging things around, giving myself a little option here and there. Ooh, that is difficult to read, and I knew it. I knew it. Okay, let's see if I can. I just feel bad that I have to like cover up the structure. I don't have to do it, and I don't know why I'm choosing to. I want it to be majestic in its own right. Okay, let's see what we can do about this. Let me see if I can still show this, but still not cover up too much. Let's go for, I'm gonna lock down my layers. I'm gonna go back to my shape layer. I'm gonna take my pen tool out and maybe start drawing a shape here. Okay, see if I can mimic maybe this long shape that it has. Get my direct selection tool, bring that out and up. And then let's go ahead and apply theme color. Ooh, gross. Grody. Bring that down a tad. That might be a little okay. There have been better brochures. But the main thing for this project is to explore all the most or all of the skill sets that we've learned in the class so far. And W. I mean, that looks pretty cool, but I just don't like how I had to do this. I'm feeling sad about it. So I might need to, let's see if I can get myself together. Open up my layers so I can start manipulating things, but while I have my W selected. So actually, let me undo that. I'm going to get my free transform, hold shift, and nation. That looks okay. I feel like that's fine. Let's go here. I believe it's E for free transformation tool. Yes, it is. Shopping. Okay. And then let me just lift my text up. I like the swoop though. I'm not mad at it. It's just maybe not maybe not for this brochure. Let's see if I can make this. Oops. Excuse me with that. Perfect. Okay, food. People can be so excited about this food here. Okay. And finally, the last bit, I think with this free transformation, I could have gone a little bit more with this one. Might have to even go back and make sure this is the same size. Let me just see. Hover over that just for a little bit. See if I can make that the same. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, lined up. And let's go to text tools. Bring that up. And I think I might just even open up my background layer. I can't really bring it down, but I can get this image to be a little bit bigger so it's not the whole thing, is not a part of it. So let me just zoom out, bring that up. Actually, let me just use my E, free transformation tool, hold shift. Okay. It's doing something. And let's go and open up. I just want to see what my, let me close my background layer. This shape, what is this? My rectangle layer. And then I have a text frame on my shape layer. Where? Let's find out. Oh, that's what it's calling a text frame. I'm going to relabel this because I'm not going to use this for text. Okay. And I'll call this pen. Well, I guess I'll just call it a regular old shape. Swoop, maybe? Swoop. Shape. And I can bring this down. Maybe I can break it out. We'll see what this looks like up here. Well, nope. I mean, I like this swoop, but I just think it's just not fitting in the brochure, possibly. I think it's distracting from the main point. I do want a swoop in this, or some kind of, I guess, acknowledgement. So maybe I'm going to bring this down. So acknowledgement of the shape. Bring that over. Maybe up the opacity. And then in turn, bring this out. And then this could, of course, be a stronger brochure with some kind of practice. I usually like to do things on paper first. Use that E, free transformation tool, holding shift. Alrighty. Okay, let's zoom in and see what it looks like. This still needs a little work. Let's go back to the swoop shape. Let's click on it. Let's see if I can. I feel like this is just maybe, I mean, it's nice. It's a nice little color. Maybe I can, ooh, maybe we can try a gradient to it. Okay. So it's a little bit darker on one side of the swoop than the rest. Again, just using the skill sets that I know that we've learned in class. Okay, that's kind of working. Kinda. Let's see if I can. Okay. All right, I mean, let's see. Can I just move this around a little bit with my fingers here, using the arrow keys. All right, so that is pretty good for the back. I'm not gonna make this a big thing, make a big deal out of it. This is looking okay, that looks fine. All right, so last but not least, let's go ahead and just fix this bit at the top. And then maybe I might add another text box below so we can wrap this up. We can finish up here. Actually, I'm going to bring over this text box. Bring it down here. Copy paste is your friend, but only in this case. All right, and then I'm gonna see if I can. No. There would be a logo here probably, but bring this up here. I think the region is called Pingdong. Okay, And let's go ahead and see if we can make this look a little bit more interesting. I'm going to... I like this kind of the way it is, but I feel like it should be... I don't know, let's just tweak it a bit, see what happens. Minion Pro regular, okay, that's fine. Just to limit how many types of things I'm going to do. I'm actually going to see if I can stretch this out a bit. Ooh, too stretchy. Okay, and like, let's see if I can make up my own font without making my own font. Let's go ahead and change that kerning in between some of these letters. Maybe even, let's see what this looks like if I do this capital. Okay, let's see what it will look like. I'm going to add a little italicist to it. Nope, don't like it. Retreat. Backspace, backspace, backspace. See if we can go through here and see if we can find a nice font. Script. Am I feeling that? Ooh, certainly not. I'm gonna get this back to kind of a regular. Okay. Huh. I know I'm this way. Oh, wow. That has turned very scripty very fast. Why is it like that? Okay. Interesting. So when it goes italic, it becomes fancy. Let me go back and see if we can find something. Okay, this might be okay, but do these small caps? No, I feel like... Snell round hand, that's what I had. And I'm just being moody, I guess, with my font choices right now. The later it gets, the more I can't make decisions. Okay, let me go ahead and it's die dot. Let's see what that looks like. Die dot italic. Okay, and I know that this is, I believe this is a font that people use for magazines. At the moment, I forget which one. It's like a Vogue or something like that. It's like a fashion font. Change that. Okay, and let's see what it looks like. Is there a bold italic? No. Huh. Can I make a bold italic? Hey now. Let's go for 20%. Gross. We'll stick to the regular italic. No, I really need this to be a little bit more substantial. Kind of running out of options. I feel like maybe going to a font website or something like that would help me out. Let me see if I can do one of these. Feeling some type of way about the size and also the word visit. I think I might try and put that in a different box. Visit. Aw, that's so tiny and small. Better make a character style. And now that I have two, let's go ahead and we'll do title. And then we'll call this one header. Oops. Well, that's fine. Title. Boop. And we'll also call this title there. Perfect. Go ahead and clean this up a little bit. Make this smaller. Make that a little bit smaller. I like to keep a little bit of handle. Okay, and ping down like using my arrow keys. Let me make this box a little bit. Okay, looking good. I like that. And a lovely towards guide that will be, let's go for a middle. Let me justify that too, just to see. Yeah, it looks a bit better. And let me make that. Gonna see if I can repurpose this in a different area. And let's see what that might look like. Too big for me. I feel like this should be a bit larger myself. Ooh, nope. Let's go for 20. Whoops. 20. Okay, lovely tourist guide. I feel like this doesn't need to be as bold. Why is it like this? Oh, here it comes. Get the italic and hit W. Do I need the square or do I not need it? Okay, let's just play with this around. Yeah, I feel like I want it, but I don't know why. There we go. Maybe make it a little bit thinner. Okay. I'm not mad at this. Okay, so this is a very extremely rough type of way of making a brochure, but it's a walkthrough. If you have a little bit more design time or ability, I would probably recommend you do that instead of just kind of like doing this off the cuff like I did. But the only thing I went in with was simply some images from some random sources like Google and some free photo sharing websites. And I just wanted to show you the basics of how you make this type of brochure. This is not rocket science, nor is it, I guess, like, next level design work. But if you need to know how to make a brochure, there it is. That's what you did. You made one. So I hope that you guys had a good time following along. Please rewatch portions of this video. I'm going to go ahead and have this ready and available right after. Oh wait, let's look. Oh my gosh, sorry. Look at this error. You have one error. Where is it? Pre-flight panel. Text, overset text. Take me there. Okay, it's right here. Cool. Gotta make sure you got a clean file, you guys. Even if you're just simply using some of this Latin. Now I can go to sleep because there are no errors in my document. I'm gonna go ahead and save this. Yeah, sure, I'll save it there. And I will bid you guys adieu and have a good night. Ta-ta.